Here is the look I did for one of my latest photo shoot for something exciting coming up this summer. So I made a reverse video of when I removed my makeup, just for a little laugh and a little fun introduction of this quite long video. But apparently you like the sound of my voice and my little accent, so that won't trouble you just to listen to it. So sit down and enjoy the ride. Here we go. As always, eyebrows blocking with the super purple glue, my best friend, which took me quite a long time to get used to and understanding how it works. And I used to buy a cheaper one, which never ended up to be purple, so this one is good. Then the eyebrow position, where I'm positioning them, where they're gonna go, how I want them to be. Beard blocking for the 6 o'clock shadow and under the eyes, because I was a little tired that day. Anything grey needs to be covered up so it doesn't turn blue when you put your foundation on. That's why I do that. I try to put some stencil for my eyebrows. I never do that, just to give me a bit of a direction, which I didn't really use because I don't like it. So another layer of glue. It goes normally 2, 3, 4 different layers to make sure that your eyebrows are nice and flat. Then I set some powder on, just to flatten everything and make sure that I cover any crevices and push everything down properly. So time to define the eyebrows a little bit more, making sure that this is exactly what I want them to be. So I start with a lighter brown shade color. What I find really difficult doing eyebrows, as you know, is to make sure they match. But obviously we see it, eyebrows are never twins, they are brothers and sisters, so they're never the same. Then the white under the eyebrows, just to start defining the underneath of the eyebrow and decided the shape of the eye itself. Look at that. I spent so much time doing that, don't I? Then the top of the eyebrow as well, just the same as underneath, just to define the line that I want for my eyebrow and which sort of corner and angles I want at the top. This is what defined everything about the eyebrow. I didn't used to do that. It's just this year, and probably the last 8 months, that's when I started to do that. And I always make my eyes a little bigger at the moment. So let's start with the colors. And then I realized I had missed some part of the eyebrow you could still see through. So yellow first, corners, underneath. I wanted to create a sunset sort of feeling and spring, summer, because of the photo shoot was based for a summer shoot. So I wanted to create that beautiful sunset with the Jolly Beauty palette, Golden Skies. Love that new palette I bought, put it in a sale, half price. And just stunning, beautiful colors, strong pigmentation, and I wish I had the camera in a different angle actually, because I put it down the wrong angle, so you can't see everything as much as I would like it. But I always try to go darker on the corners of the eye. You can see my eyes are really elongated. The shape of it is triangular and much further away than I have done before. But you know, I trust myself more and more, so I like to challenge myself to go a little bit further on all levels. Look at that. I'm blending all the colors together nicely. I always use my shirt on my left side to clean my brush because I'm lazy. I try to cut short, just to use shortcuts. So I try to do my crease line with a bit of a darker line, and I sometimes talk to Ed or Mindy next to me for some advice, because I still, when I don't do a look that I'm normally used to, I ask a bit of advice to see if it's all right, if I should do this, I shouldn't do that. Then I top up the colors after I've blended, just to make sure I'm not losing too much of the contrast and too much of the strength of the colors. And then I start to go on the corner of the eye to elongate that eye shape even more by adding some darker colors. Because you know, when you do eye makeup, normally most people use darker colors on the edges of the eye. Then here is my P. Louise white base, which I normally use for my crease because it's a powerful white. It's wet and it helps to create that eye crease nicely. And because I've got such hooded eyes, really annoying for me because I lose so much of my eye when I close and open. So yeah, P. Louise is good for that because it really gives you a nice neat line. Then I go with the white shadow powder just to neat that line. You're supposed to actually clear the colors before you put the white, but I never do that. I'm too lazy. I'm very impatient. So let's go back to the eyebrow. It's time to define them even more. decide exactly what sort of colors I'm gonna go. And then we try to ombre them so it's a bit lighter on the inner of the eyebrow and going further away with a darker color. Eyeliner, my worst enemy, and still I'm much better than I used to be, a lot better. I understand my eye shape, which is good, but what I struggle with is how far I go and how I finish them, because I just struggle with that. But most of it you don't see because we've got hooded eyes, and when you put the eyelashes on, most of the eyeliner is covered up anyway. So a lot of the work that you do is the base, but yeah, it's just when you take pictures and you're blinking, at least you can see that you've done it properly. Time for the foundation, all over the face, and then I clean with a wipe on the corners, on the side of the eye and the top of the eyebrow to make it nice and neat. Because I'm going a bit faster, aren't I? Wow. Then foundation is foundation, and I go all around the neck, around the collarbone, because it depends what I wear. I make it neat over the eyebrows. I add a bit of highlight between the eyebrows with the foundation, and you can see the photographers have arrived in the background taking pictures for the photo shoot. So highlights for shaping my face into delicious. So I'm a bit distracted doing this end of the makeup. So the contours, as you call them, around my face, cheekbones, under the chin, and I'm gonna do the nose in a moment. There you go, shaping it to make it look a bit thinner and more elegant, all with the eye shadow palette for this look. Then I add more white on the nose. The photographers had such a good time taking pictures with us in the studio at home, or drag room. So powdering the face to set the makeup. Now time for the lips, which is always my favorite moment. Trying to do it without being distracted. Putting them white, defining the lips. God, this is so fast. But hey, I don't want to keep you too long, do I? So I always start with the darker of the lips, and then can't see that. Define the edges of the lips with an even darker one and underneath, just to make them more pulpy, like a plum. Then I take off the setting powder, add some blusher, and then I put some highlighter. There we go, on the lips to make them pop a bit more, on the cheekbones. And I just put some eyeliner underneath the eyes, just to close the eye better. Bit of setting spray, flash, flash, flash. Lashes time. So you can see the difference on my bald head with how much makeup is on my face. I was just trying to think what we were talking about. So yeah, lashes on. And actually, I was so happy with that look for the photo shoot. I think I looked stunning. Still not neat, but for me, it's beautiful. I really enjoyed it. And obviously, I love the attention. Look at this. These are not